The annual is essentially a concept which brings together all of our teams from around the world for one single event over a period of 3 to 4 days, which realigns our team on the 3 core values of the Warrior Academy, which are team first, take risks, and think big. We've got a really ambitious goal to be on every single continent in the next 10 years. For me as the founder, it becomes really, really important to make sure the whole team is absolutely aligned on our values. So the annual retreat initially, or what we now call the annual not a retreat because it's got nothing to do with retreating, is a really, really important event for us from a cultural perspective. If we don't have something in place like the annual, it's actually much easier for us as a global team to drift apart. I've got to really build the correct expectations of people when they join us. When someone joins the Warrior Academy, they've got to know what they're getting into. We're not like a normal organization. We certainly push each other much, much further than a normal organization. You know, we work super hard. We're a very, very high performance culture. But underlying all of that is this element of character development. You know, we teach character development, but we also embody it as a team. So it's really important that we set those expectations from the very beginning, and having everyone aligned with our values, team first, think big, take risks, through a cultural event like the annual is exactly how we achieve that. For our UK team, it was the first time they were able to come to Dubai.
It's huge, you know, coming over to Dubai to start off with. None of us had been before, but also to meet the Dubai team because we didn't know what to expect.
I haven't flown for about 20 years, so I was a little bit stressed about that, but you know, take challenges, right? So it's all good.
Like a dream come true to finally have the UK guys over here, and you know, it was a real privilege for me to be able to arrange that. I think there was this kind of air of apprehension, excitement, apprehension in the air. People had a rough idea of what we were doing. They understood that it was going to be broken down into 3 days. They understood that we'd be documenting it all. You know, these guys know me. The UK team know me quite well. They know to kind of expect the unexpected.
Seb picked us up, and I went to the hotel, and I had like this mad like suite. Like, the only way I can describe it is I felt like a Premier League football player.
The first day, obviously massive challenge with my second degree grading.
We went straight into a grueling 3-hour grading with Matt, who obviously was jet lagged. He was still recovering from COVID a week before. So, you know, that obviously had an impact on his lungs. He had several injuries, including one on his trap, one on his calf, one on his shoulder. But, you know, I think from my point of view, it was to try and mentor him through that, try and get him to ignore that so he could be in the zone.
I feel that the instructors during the grading really pushed me hard. They also could see when I was struggling, and they, you know, really forced me to dig deep.
Matt was successful in the second Dan. He passed with flying colours, did an amazing job. You know, with the support of the Dubai team as well, the instructors stepped out of their classes, got cover so they could then work with Matt to mentor him through it as well. It was a really great example of team first. So Friday night, they all went to bed in the hotel, up early the next day, where I was going to pick them up for the first day of the annual Not a Retreat 2022.
Seb came to pick us up on the first day, so that was the first time we'd seen the Character Development Centre, which was bigger than I expected.
I think that as they were walking into the dojo, obviously their faces kind of lit up to kind of experience it all, but also they were, I could see them talking and trying to figure out how our academy in Salisbury was going to be just like this.
I have only ever seen the centre on Facebook. It was just it's very surreal, very inspiring, thinking about what we're going to be building in the UK and across the world over the next 3 years.
I think the whole setup was even better than I was expecting.
It's such a big jump for them to see where we've come from, because they haven't seen it in small stages. They've seen it literally from never seeing a Warrior Academy dojo before to seeing our 5 offices in Dubai in one go, and seeing our whole team here. So it was a bit like drinking from a fire hydrant. A bit overwhelming, I think, at times, but that's kind of how we roll there, I guess.
I was quite impressed with the whole setup. I've seen what the UK equivalent is at the moment, and I think it would have been wrong not to have seen the Dubai version before that gets up and running.
Welcome everybody to the annual, the first annual not a retreat. The annual launch event was basically a presentation, which would explain roughly what we're doing. I like to keep everyone on the edge of their seat, like I said, so it was, I kept it pretty vague, but I gave them the essence of what the annual was about. Realigning on the 3 values, celebrating as a team, documenting what we're up to, and reconnecting as a global entity. So as we grow, right now we've got the UK team, we've got the Dubai team, but in years to come there's going to be several countries, several cities all coming together for this event. So we had an amazing talk from Valerie, who stood up and spoke about the impact of our local scholarships, which essentially, it's free membership and mentoring for children who need it the most.
It's huge what we've done as an organisation, what the instructors, what both Matt and Leighton have achieved with the students involved, because they've both taught the scholarship students. They're both getting a phenomenal response from the children, and the parents couldn't be more delighted.
The stories that Valerie spoke about were stories from real case studies from parents whose lives have literally changed.
My daughter Grace, age 14, was really struggling with mental health, anxiety and depression, as well as being bullied at school. And it was a very scary time for us all. We feel the Warrior Academy has been instrumental in helping our daughter out of an extremely dark place. These scholarships have given my children opportunities they otherwise would not have had. We're a low-income family with limited support around us. We feel that the scholarships are a fantastic way to give young children the opportunity to access a supportive, caring environment that teaches important life skills, confidence and a positive mindset and self-belief. We're very grateful for the Warrior Academy and are only too aware how many other children and families can truly benefit from a community like this. Quite literally, Sarah said, we saved Gracie's life. She is now distancing herself from the bad influences. She's not self-harming. She is more confident. She's making better life decisions. So it has made a massive difference.
The whole team was kind of a bit taken back by this, and it was quite a sombering moment, really, to kind of witness what those local scholarships were doing. The next thing was to say to the team, or to explain to the team, this is how we feel we make the biggest impact, through the mentoring, through the scholarships, through the memberships we have. We want to bring this idea and concept global, and so that then set the scene for the global charity we're starting with Peter.
People have heard some aspects of the charity that the Warrior Academy do, but they hadn't actually been briefed at any stage on the big global picture. So I literally jumped at the chance of being able to explain what it was we were trying to do, how we were going to do it, and along with why we were doing it. Free character development stuff in Africa and Asia. First target will be Kenya, possibly India. Second target area, but Somaliland and Tanzania. But all the countries in need of our help.
So our scholarship academies will be in orphanages and in schools, primarily, in countries where we can really make an impact. A lot of the stuff we're doing is helping students get access to character development education, where otherwise they wouldn't have. We really deeply believe that character development is the most important, yet often missing aspect of a child's upbringing, of their development, of their education. And so we really want to bring that to a much, much bigger audience. The next thing I want to do is just kind of bring the energy up a little bit. So I spoke about the itinerary. Day one, as it was day one, was team first. So team first is all about bringing the team together, ice breaking, getting everyone to get to know each other, and celebrating our wins, right? I mean, we've got the UK guys who've never been here, we've got the Dubai guys who've been working super hard. For me, I really wanted to spoil the team, and this is one of the main things about the annual for me, just spoiling the team. So team first, what are we going to do? We're going to go on a massive boat and have a big party. So in about 15 minutes, there's a bus, 35-seater bus waiting for us downstairs. We're all going to go there. Everyone ready to roll? Go, guys, let's go. Day one for me was about bringing everyone together to set the scene. Doing team first at the beginning is a bit like our warrior method, right? Community, inspire, challenge, lead. Team first is essentially community. So solidifying that strong, supportive community where everyone's happy, everyone knows each other, and everyone's really enjoying each other's company means that they're more relaxed, which we achieved, which means they're more likely to take risks. Day two being take risks. So the kind of strategy there was get everyone together and build that community from day one. So I was really, really pleased that we did that. Everyone on that boat would agree it was quite possibly the best boat party they've ever been on.
I'm coming up, I'm going on. I'm getting on, getting on, getting on. I'm feeling it when I'm sipping on. I'm getting on, getting on, getting on.
It was pretty wild. The thing is though, when you've got a high performance culture, everyone needs to let off a little bit of steam, everyone needs to relax, and they need to be given the opportunity to do that.
Different people take on people in different ways, and I think the best way to do that from a business perspective is to break down those social barriers by giving everyone some common ground, i.e. a party of some sort, so that we can sort of celebrate and look forward as well.
Really good idea to bring the whole team together, especially having the UK team out here as well. Really good seeing Matt, because he was the one who'd done my micro teach back in the UK, so it was nice seeing him, and having another instructor now. We've got Brendan coming out as well, so yeah, it was nice having him here.
I think the boat trip was a great example of how you had full permission to let your hair down, have a few drinks, enjoy each other's company, and get to know people even better in a real personal way.
Obviously never experienced anything like it in my life, and to be able to connect with the team and just relax, chill out, have some fun, it was great, amazing.
3, 2, 1. Faster! Right guys, just want to start by thanking you guys for making us all feel so welcome. Yay! So, I can remember when I started with Warrior Academy, right at the beginning, going to Road Village Hall, and then
Hey man, training in our living room was the highlight.
Instructor's training was in our living room.
In our living room, which is tiny.
This man made me lick 111. Wait for me. Let me finish. This story 111 envelopes to send out to schools, and then halfway through he left and said, "Oh, I've got to go, mate. Can you finish up?" True story. But no, in all seriousness, I remember him walking around in his tweed jacket. And in the middle of August, going from school to school, just trying to get this place off the ground. So obviously, just marriage around the corner, just massive risk. Credit to him and to you lot.
It was a great way for the UK guys to experience something that they probably have never experienced before. And it was also a really, really great way for everyone to get together and to learn stuff about the individual on a less work basis. So we got the chance to know them as people.
I particularly enjoyed seeing Charlie in his life. Felt just really natural, just hanging, that's fine, I'm here.
That activity was really good. I felt very comfortable in my rubber ring and my beverage. So that was a high point for me, and obviously to bond with the rest of the team was excellent as well.
It was my first time on a yacht, so it was really something like, wow, I'm gonna enjoy. the whole experience with the team, the whole fun, the laughter, people dancing. It was really high. So, wow, it's a truly wow to me.
One of my favourite conversations on the boat was I saw John, John's one of our office hosts, and he was just sort of standing on the edge of the boat, just looking out into the sea, looking at the distance. I just came over and had a chat with him. I made sure I had a good chat with everyone on the boat, but this chat with John really kind of stuck in my mind. John's not been with us long, like just a few weeks, and when I spoke to him, I just said, how are you doing, John? I noticed you're over here. On your own, is everything all right? And he was just saying to me, he's just enjoying the moment. He was just so happy to be here, and he feels like this is his family. For me to hear that from him, it was like mission accomplished, right? If I'm making people feel that way when they're in our community, then that's the whole point of the Warrior family. So to hear that from John was just amazing. I know for a lot of people, this was their first time ever on a boat. So for them to experience that at this level with the team was just so cool.
Feel rich. So that's what like partying in the yacht. Feel like a billionaire.
Everyone was just dancing and just enjoying themselves and celebrating, and people who had never met before, it was like they had known each other for a lifetime.
Like everyone was there and everyone was so friendly. I didn't think I'd be made to feel so welcome straight away. Got to know everyone relatively well, very quickly. So I felt like at home straight away. But like the boat party itself was just probably the coolest thing I've ever been a part of in my life.
This is the beautiful thing about martial arts, right? And especially the Warrior Academy. You may have never met someone who works in the Warrior Academy the other side of the world, but you soon realize you share such similar values. I didn't need to do anything to break the ice. I just put them all in the same place. Yeah, it was a pretty cool boat, lots of music, lots of fun. Put them all in the same place, and everyone was just bonding brilliantly, Everyone was jumping in, having a good laugh, loads of banter, and just good fun. My biggest insights from the first day were how relaxed everyone became and how quickly they became relaxed. I'm very aware that within our team, there's so many different cultures. There's so many different cultures, and so when we bring everyone together, is everyone going to enjoy this? Is this something everyone wants to do? But for me, the biggest insight was how relaxed everyone became very, very quickly. And how friendships were just formed instantly. So day 2 is Take Risks Day. This was the day that was going to push everyone totally out of their comfort zones on so many different levels. It didn't help that the guys were quite tired after a late one, but it was all part of it, Even if you're tired, you show up. Even if you're tired, you're with the team. Even if you're tired, you're professional and you're ready to roll. We kicked it off with Pitchfest.
I feel like not so ready as the others.
I felt really nervous on that because it's not, yeah, I'm talking to parents, but it's a different kind of conversation. It's a very different kind of environment that we have.
Regarding the Pitchfest, yeah, it took us how many weeks to prepare for that one?
Pitchfest, for me, I think was my favorite part of the whole 4-day annual retreat. Well, annual, not retreat. Pitchfest is essentially standing up in front of every one of the Warrior Academy. We had about 10 to 12 members of our black belt families. So that's parents who have been with us the longest, who have invested as much time and energy into the Warrior Academy, or who we deem as leaning in the most into our family here, as well as all of the UK team and the Dubai team. The black belt families form a judging panel, and every single member of the team is to stand up. They get 60 seconds to explain who they are and why they do what they do. A big part of that is connecting with their why, explaining and articulating why they wear the uniform in the morning, why they come to work, why they work for the Warrior Academy. We're not a normal martial arts academy. We're not a normal workplace. Why are you here? What's the real reason? And so for me, this is a really powerful thing. When you connect with your why, you have a much deeper understanding and appreciation of what value you're giving as well. So it's connecting with your why. That's one of the big things. The next thing is being able to professionally articulate your value in a short and concise pitch, right? So standing up and saying who you are, what you do, why you do it, and why you're so good, right? And for a lot of people that's uncomfortable. It feels like showing off. For a lot of martial artists, it's different to what they've been told all their life, especially in traditional martial arts, right? You're told not to speak of your victories as much. You're told to be very humble, and that's so important. But when you're speaking to parents in the Warrior Academy, you've got to be able to articulate your value, your credibility, your authority, and show why they should trust you in raising and developing their child.
We've been told a lot we need to show ourselves off, sort of thing, which as martial artists you don't really do, because you're always taught to sort of be humble, be respectful, be courteous. But to look at a crowd of people and say, okay, this is why I deserve to be here, this is why I'm here, and this is what I can do, and then have a big round of applause afterwards, yeah, it's a good feeling, even though it is scary.
I thought that was really inspiring to see, especially the office team, who you could see a lot of them were extremely nervous, and to see how nervous they were and to still stand up and deliver an amazing pitch was just super inspiring. Hi, I'm Matt. I'm area manager for the Warrior Academy in the UK. I've got over 10 years experience training and competing in 4 different styles of martial art. I am passionate about developing world-class instructors who can go on to make an impact as I have, and my vision is for a Warrior Academy community, every continent, where children can benefit from our program regardless of their background, their geographical location or the language they speak, and to aid in building a 100-year legacy that will go on to make an impact for my lifetime and beyond.
Standing in front of the crowd, it's like eating my whole heart. I'm sinking, and I just said what I feel I should share about myself and my work.
Can you please call the ambulance now? Of course, we are not a native speaker of English, being a Filipino too also, so it's really challenging for us to deliver properly English to also in front of the judging.
Having the guys stand up and doing this in the way they did was absolutely mind-blowing. I know that the guys have practiced. We were doing weekly sessions to get them ready for it, both the UK team and the Dubai team. I know that for some people it was absolutely terrifying. I think social rejection, which is what people often associate with public speaking as one of the biggest fears of being a human, right, was so apparent there. And for some people, they were standing up and physically shaking.
Hi, my name is Charles. I'm the head admin of the Warrior Academy Dubai. My role in the academy is making sure that all emails and calls are being attended, assisting our parents with all their concerns, and making sure that we're giving the premium quality customer service experience.
Hi guys, my name is Grace, HR Manager of the Warrior Academy and providing assistance to full operations of our branch here in Dubai.
Hi, I'm Loris Ricafrente. I'm one of the admin team here in Warrior Academy. And that's why I'm wearing this uniform, and to remind me how to face the challenge and fight for every day that I'm coming here in the Warrior Academy.
My name is John Toyoke. I am the dojo host of the Warrior Academy Dubai. My job is to help maintain the academy at its best condition and to create a warm and friendly atmosphere to all that enters the academy.
Do you know what? I absolutely loved the fact that every single person, even if they were nervous, embodied that value of take risks and just stood up and went through it. They completed it, right?
I do think there were some people that were clearly super nervous, that maybe, like we do the road award at the comp, that something like that, for just having done it, they should have had an award, to be frank, because they were just brilliant.
Hi, I'm Valerie. I'm CHO with the Warrior Academy, a global organisation teaching children from the age of 4 freestyle taekwondo. However, we do so much more. We can and do change lives. As the first point of contact, I listen, then explain the opportunity to become part of a community which could be life-changing, not just for their child, but for the whole family.
And it was great that everybody had the opportunity to talk about themselves, had the opportunity to display all the really great, wonderful things they do for the Warrior Academy and to be appreciated as well.
My name is Jack Collingham, for those who don't know me. I'm a martial arts instructor at the Warrior Academy in Dubai. At the Warrior Academy, I am running the Elite Sparring Club program with instructor Joel. And we want to give our students a better experience and opportunities around the world. I'm also a mentor for the new instructors that come to Dubai.
Hi, my name is Diane and I'm the Chief Happiness Officer of the Warrior Academy Dubai. Along with my endeavor, proud to say that being part of this academy not just feels and taught like a family, but home.
Hi, my name is Chrislyn Bautista, dojo host of the Warrior Academy. Every week we have over 1,000 parents coming through our academy, and it's my responsibility to ensure they have incredible experiences and leave us with a feeling like as a part of the Warrior family.
They came out with some amazing speeches. Even Fedi, he was fasting during Ramadan, so we said, you don't need to join in for a lot of it. He stood up at the end and just said, look, I'd like to say a few words. And he came in, we mic'd him up, he came in and did a 60-second amazing speech.
I came here to increase the level, and I thank everyone for the chance here. I want to have many champions, and I want to help people and help kids that to change their character.
Fedi, by the way, is in the middle of English lessons. So a lot of what we do is anyone who's not a native English speaker, we provide weekly private tuition in English to develop their English to a really high standard. I'm so proud of you guys. Just to see you guys up here, I know how much you guys put into that. You know, behind the scenes, the work that went into that was just incredible. I know how uncomfortable this is, having done it for so many years myself. This doesn't come naturally to me at all, but I force myself to do it, right? As we do many things that we find uncomfortable. And it's, you know, what I was really impressed with and really proud of with you guys is that some of you were clearly very nervous, right? Let's be real, this is nerve-wracking. And you felt those fears and your body literally responded to those fears, and yet you still did it, right? You still came to the front, you still finished what you were doing, you said you were going to do it, and so you did it. And that's what we ask our students to do as well, every single day, is it not? Yes, sir. We then had the 3 winners. Third place, the first prize we gave out, was awarded to Peter for his speech as the Charity and Global Scholarship Director. The prize we gave was a meal out for him and a +1. The second prize was awarded to Aaron, who's our area manager in Dubai. And Aaron has won a trip away, a weekend away in a hotel in Dubai for him and a +1. And I think for a lot of these people, they want to be the +1. So I think some of the instructors are asking for to be the +1, but you know, I think Aaron will probably take his wife. The final prize, the first prize, we wanted to do something really special for. To get into first place, your pitch has to be incredible. And this person, you know, after the boat party, deliberately went home so they could work on their pitch. But he made a really wise decision, I feel, to go home and just work a little bit on his pitch at about 9:30 in the evening. Rocked up early, did his 5 classes, and he really listened to the advice that he was given on developing his pitch. We are sending Charlie and a +1 to Thailand.
Pitchfest, well, Pitchfest champion, can I say? Yeah, Pitchfest was obviously very sort of nerve-wracking. Public speaking isn't something that I'm particularly comfortable with, so to do that in front of the whole team and all of our black belt family members is, you know, that's something that's not to be taken lightly. So yeah, that was quite scary, but obviously ended, you know, very happy with that. It consisted of a lot of pacing up and down the corridor outside, just going over that pitch, making sure that it's under the time frame. So I was timing myself in the car on the way here to work. And yeah, I mean, it's just constant going over that in your head. And recording, I actually recorded myself on my phone, looking at myself so that I had that sort of pressure and how to make eye contact and that sort of stuff as well. So it was quite a big build up, but it was obviously paid off, right? Hi guys, my name's Charlie. I'm a senior instructor here at the Warrior Academy. I've 20 years experience in martial arts, I've 6 different black belts, and I'm a former European and world karate champion. I grew up living in a family of black belts. My father, my brother, my sisters, all of them black belts in karate and taekwondo. So I've got that passion to be able to teach all of the students here and to give them that mountain of knowledge that I've lived on. Within the next 3 years, we're going to be expanding rapidly, launching full-time academies in 9 of the largest cities in the Gulf, and it's my aim to be managing a full-time academy in Abu Dhabi. Within the next 10 years, we aim to have a Warrior Academy in every continent, transforming young lives through character development and setting children up for happy and successful lives as adults. Thank you.
I hate losing. I hate losing. I was convinced I won, and then I was like, they didn't call me for second or third, so I was like, right, it's got to be me now. It is what it is. Let's move on. Next question.
And so that was Pitchfest. Everyone had 5 minutes to get ready, get downstairs, get in the cars, because we were going to the next activity. It was about a 40-minute drive, and I kept kind of hinting towards them about skydiving. And I kept asking them, you know, have you ever been skydiving? You know, is that on your bucket list? All this sort of stuff. You know, I was reminding them how safe skydiving was, and I was basically just having my own fun, you know.
Initially, we were told just to bring swimwear and a towel. We were told it was going to be an event which, you know, we were to be, you know, need to take a risk at, and that was all we were told. So to turn up and to actually, you know, find out what we were going to go through was quite interesting.
No one knew what to expect. I think Matt, instructor Matt, area manager UK, just kind of said, look, I'm just expecting the unexpected, so I'm mentally prepared for anything. I don't really know what's going to happen. But when we got there, everyone lined up outside. Luke addressed everyone. And he said, you know, you're going to go in and see what we're up to. Opened the door, and it was just a big aircraft hangar, basically, with planes over there and planes over there. What we were going to do was a sea survival experience.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Luke, and I'm the co-founder, managing director of Blue Guard. What we're going to be doing with you guys today is a bit of water survival skills. Okay, how many of you know how to swim? How many of you don't know how to swim? We're going to have some great fun then.
I didn't really know what to expect when you hear the word sea survival. You kind of start to expects the worst.
There's going to be a few challenges today which are actually going to incorporate the use of CPR, how to rescue people in and out of the water. There's going to be some individual challenges and team challenges as well.
The whole day was about taking risks, right? With the ambitious growth that we want to achieve, we need to have this risk-taking culture. For me, that value of taking risks is the difference between us achieving those goals and not. That jump from the UK to Dubai was just a massive risk. You know, the jump from Dubai to 9 cities in the Gulf over the next 3 years is a massive risk. That jump from staying in the Middle East and the UK to launching scholarship academies in every continent in the world is a big risk. So we need that culture in the team who are up for the challenge. And the team were, you know, no one hesitated. Everyone just went straight into it. And Luke brought us in, he took us through, and there was this massive pool to the right when we walked in. And there was this kind of sheer, like 3-meter drop into the pool. And I know for a fact, after the boat party, there's about 4 or 5 people on the team who either struggle to swim entirely or just aren't confident with swimming. And at no point did they say, I can't do this. You know, everyone was just ready to roll.
Okay, but we are going to start off by entering the water by jumping in from the deep end. So the first exercise is we're going to line up, we're going to do kind of banks of 4, maybe a bank of 5. Everyone will enter the water, and then all you're going to do is just swim down to this end and get out of the ladder. 3, 2, 1, step in, go! Okay, excellent. That's it, good. Keep going, keep going. Right, next 5, who's up? 3, 2, 1, step forward, go.
It was my first time to jump in. I'm scared to the water, but I push myself to jump. And I don't know how to swim, so I push myself also to swim.
That's it. Yeah! There we go, excellent. That's it, good.
So yeah, it's a lot of fun and take the risk.
To be honest, I don't know how to swim. And then I tell to the lifeguard that I don't know, but I conquered that fear to come out to my comfort zone to try it, and I did it.
Here we go, hold on, hold on, hold on. There we go, good, excellent, well done, mate.
Life jackets on. We had, you know, Luke explained the activity, what we were going to do. He didn't explain how we were going to add elements into this, right? So everyone was jumping in. He got them all to jump in one by one, do a length, connect together in the water.
Awesome. I don't think these guys have any idea what's about to happen.
What's happening here? You've got to connect, all right? There we go, perfect, excellent.
And then I saw Luke come next to me to his assistant with had like an iPad or something, and he was you know, he was saying, you know, okay, there's going to be a little bit of wind now, right? There's a bit of a storm coming, and suddenly, you know, there was just this huge gust of wind, massive waves started happening, and everyone on the team was just pretty shocked.
Okay, everyone, waves are going to start coming through, so let's get ready for the waves.
And I had seen similar things to this on the television, different programs, where they replicate what it's like to be in the sea, the waves and the rain and the wind. You go, oh, that looks like fun. It's really not.
Now as a team, you have to make your way to the ladders and out of the pool.
But I was really surprised by that event because we had quite a few people who, you know, were very, very strong swimmers and kind of took over. But we had others who weren't, but had this kind of leadership role as well. So, you know, watching that communication unfold, despite not knowing each other for that long, despite the sometimes language barriers, despite the cultural differences, everyone in the same pool together under the elements where you can't really hear each other speaking because of the wind, the rain, the noise.
Yeah, it was nice to try something that I wasn't great at, and built some valuable life skills. I think every single person who did that, you know, if they are in a situation ever again where you're going to require some sea survival skills, we're all in a better position to do so.
The goal is to swim from one side of the pool to the other, but you cannot come back again until everyone has reached the wall. So they think it's going to be nice flat calm water. Waves are going to 3, 2, 1, let's go!
And I was torn between, well, do I stand back and allow other people to do things, or do I demonstrate, you know, what I would normally do? And I couldn't hold myself back, so I hope I didn't spoil it for anybody.
I'm thankful to Sir Peter that he acts like as a father in there to me, because he always, and also the guys there, they are like brothers. They are asking us, are you okay? How do you feel? Like that.
We trusted the UK guys, really. They know how to swim. So we just went in there and we know they got our backs, so it's okay.
I think everyone works really well as a team together. You know, I think the strong swimmers were always looking out for sort of the weaker swimmers, especially like the admin team who was always just seeing who needed help. So I feel like that was a good team first moment, actually.
That experience was tough, it was challenging, it was physically and mentally challenging. It really brought the team together.
Freddy's fasting today as Ramadan. I know that he's struggling, I know that he's tired. It was his choice to be in this activity today. I've just seen him literally see across the pool that Charles was struggling. The waves are coming in now, going over his head, and I can see him swimming right up to him, even though he's tired, dragging him to the side, making sure he's okay before he then, you know, goes forward, even though he's running out of energy himself.
She was really struggling when we got over to one side, and she was in a panic mode. So hand up, Luke, come and get her, but he's not going to because he has to get in the water. I then get to the other side, and she gets taken out.
Look at me, 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 look at me. Open your eyes, look at me. Okay, here we go. That's it, eyes forwards. Okay, there we go. Okay, here we go, you alright? Yeah, look at me, open your eyes. Open them.
But before that, when she was really struggling, because she was blown up as much as she could, her head was back, and she was gasping for air. The waves were coming in, and the water, rain was pouring in. Her mouth was filling up, she was swallowing it, she was choking, and I can feel when someone is in a big panic mode, and that was it.
What happened? Tell me. Did you swallow any water? Yeah. Yeah? Did you cough again afterwards?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at me in the eye. Yeah, you okay? Yeah? All right, let's take this off. Rest up.
You did so well, I saw you in there, you were doing so well, amazing job. Absolutely amazing job.
I absolutely thank Mr. Peter Bates. He's really, really amazing man. He's a very great man. He's so humble and so helpful all the time. So all the time in that activity, he did not let me down. So he always had my back.
It's terrifying, but brilliant to do because they've done it.
One more lap, let's go!
So it's something that I may not have put my name down for, but I'm really glad that I did it because it's one of those things that you feel there's a sense of achievement. It's also something, again, wow, because I've spoken to some of the team who didn't swim, who've never even jumped into a pool before. I can't believe they did it. to put themselves in that environment. Amazing, absolutely amazing. That's kind of stuck in my memory, that people were putting the hand out knowing you would be there to pull them in. And that was huge.
And then doing activities like, trying to get into the life craft. I think that was great at the very end. That's when I had to put down the microphone and just jump in and just get involved.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, let it go!
Team effort. You just have to throw yourself into it, because that's the only time you'd be able to see what you can give to others and what others could give to you, how you could help others and how others would be able to help you.
One of the highlights might have been the fact that people who were pushed to the limits were then also able to be encouraged to finish things.
Seeing everybody work together without hesitation, sharing that high performance culture where, they fed off each other's courage. They really looked around the room, and if they were doing that individually or a smaller group or not members of the Warrior family, they would never have done it, but because they were in this environment, and we all know, one of the things I always say to the guys is environment dictates performance. Your environment literally dictates your performance. If you're not in the right environment, you can't perform in the same way. And so that courage is contagious. And that's what I love to see. I think it was just watching that all unfold was just so cool.
That was mad.
So the third day was Think Big. This again was one of my favorite days. To be honest, I love all the days, but this was one of my favorite days. For a lot of people, it was maybe the earliest morning of their lives. I know for some people, they do not like mornings. Picked up the UK team, they were there 10 minutes early, right? These guys are ready to roll. We had everyone there. Everyone was tired, right? But there was just this element of excitement which kept everyone awake. That and a bit of coffee. Everyone was in the dojo. The office team did a camp out the day before in the dojo. So they were up, they were ready. We had music going. There was this, high energy vibe in the room. It was 4 a.m. Everyone was super excited.
When it was announced, obviously in here, when we were sat down, just blown away, Not a balloon pun, but.
We had about 5 4x4s waiting for us down below. Did like an hour's drive, 40 minutes to an hour's drive to the site where we all came together. It was pitch black outside, that we could see in the distance the balloons. Some people were finding this quite nerve-wracking at the time, and then when they saw the balloons, they were even more worried and scared. This wasn't meant to be a take-risk day, but being the Warrior Academy, there's always kind of an element of take risks, leaving the comfort zone. Balloon starts firing up. We're asked to split into 2 groups, go either side of the balloon, and I've got Vicky next to me now. Vicky is absolutely terrified of heights, hates it. About 3 months ago, she said to me, "I'll never ever do a balloon flight because we talked about balloons. I was just testing the water a little bit. So when she said that, I thought I've got to book a balloon flight. In the morning, you know, she was very, very upset. She was crying. She was scared. This was way out of her comfort zone, you know. But she knows that I can mentor her through that. So taking her on the balloon, you know, calming her down, keeping her relaxed, giving her that perspective, and then having her, you know, jumping over the basket, strapping in. Everyone's strapped in. We all got in there. The balloon started heating up, right? Shh. The fire goes up. It's very, very hot suddenly, and you know, they unhook the balloon. The balloon starts floating off. But there was this element as the balloon goes off where I feel like that fear fades away as well when everyone realizes how peaceful it actually is. You know, it's not like you're taking off in a plane and it's nerve-wracking, the door slides open for a skydive. It's a really peaceful experience. You're kind of just quietly floating away, looking down at a map.
I thought when the balloon would take off, that's when your whole stomach would turn. I was brilliant. So I loved it.
The sun starts just about appearing in the distance. We can start to see other balloons appearing. And I remember just looking around, and there was just kind of this moment of silence in the team. Everyone was just like, this is incredible, this is amazing. You know, and for me it was that moment of perspective.
The whole concept of thinking big, you know, how do you demonstrate think big? I don't think you could have done it in a better way. You get the largest balloon in the Middle East with the biggest basket, and you take your entire team up to 3,000 or 4,000 feet. That is big.
Yeah, it made us sort of all take an hour, you know, see things in a different light, see a site we've never seen before, and you know, gave us a bit of a chance to reflect as a team, which is, yeah, again, it did what was asked of it. So yeah, really cool.
Think Big Day is about changing perspective. You know, I explained to the team during the presentation, when you look at the brain, you've got, in basic terms, you've got three parts of the brain, right? You've got reptile mode, monkey mode, and you've got visionary mode. Reptile mode being, you know, anger, frustration, emotion, you're reacting. You know, monkey mode, it's repetition. It's copy pasting, it's doing the same martial arts drill, you know, time and time again. Visionary mode is where the magic happens. Visionary mode is where you come up with your best ideas. Visionary mode is where you think big, right? And you can't achieve that if you're in the same environment all the time. So it's about getting people out of their environment in a new environment which helps them a perspective. And I wanted to actually physically give them a new perspective, which is what we did.
The balloon itself was pretty big. The expanse of the desert was pretty big. I think everyone really did get the opportunity to reflect on the past couple of days. You know, you literally do get a new perspective of things, right? Because you're up and you're looking down at something that you don't normally get the opportunity to do.
To see, you know, the whole sort of Dubai desert in, you know, from a different perspective is, you know, that was awesome. And for the whole team to be together in a very sort of confined space as well, I think it was good for good team morale as well.
I think this is a bit corny, but as we're going up, looking around, Sir Seb was there. It's like the hot air balloon was the academy. We are in the basket going up, and it's like Sir Seb is taking us with him. Success. Up.
Mohammed, the pilot who did an amazing job, was, you know, going up at 4,000 feet and then coming down to 10 feet. There was this one moment where he was, you know, gliding over the dunes, and maybe he got distracted. I don't know what it was, but he was very, very close to one of the dunes. I remember getting eye contact with Charlie, who was the other side of Mohammed. Mohammed was looking at his iPad, looking at the feet and stuff, and Charlie was over there looking at me, and he sort of raised his eyebrows like that.
I just remember hearing somebody say, I think we're going to hit that one.
And I don't know whether that was because Seb told him to, you know, shake us up a little bit, or if he was just drifting away a little bit.
And I was like, I looked to my right and I just saw this dune, this massive dune appearing. And he suddenly turned around and was like, trying to get us up over this dune. And I think if we didn't say anything, we would have just absolutely toppled over. So we were pretty close, but he managed to get us up, and it was just the bottom of the basket which hit. We kind of slid a bit. It wasn't the dramatic crash landing I wanted for the documentary, but it was a little bit of drama, which I think everyone's going to be joking about for the next year.
Oh my gosh!
Yes, Mohammed! Yes, Mohammed, now we're talking!
15 years, yeah? 15 years,
Lucky I said something! Sleeping on the job again, isn't he? I said to Ludo, we need a bit of drama. Mohammed. Charlie, look at me on this.
As ever, the qualifier for this is...
Over the past few months, I've just been mentally preparing myself for jumping out of a plane and thinking, right, okay. And you're probably going to say in a minute, we've got one last surprise for you, sir. But yeah, it was just incredible. Like, you know, I've always wanted to see the desert, always wanted to go in a hot air balloon.
I want to be up there again. And you are in the basket, along with the people you're working with, not just your team, but your family. And all the support that you ever needed was there. Yet it's just quiet within you. It's the summit for me of the entire annual. And then I said, like, this is it. And then going down, it's like you're having new perspective on your head. You're dreaming, you're envisioning while you're landing. You wanted to do this, it's really creating so much imagination in my head. Like, I want to do this for the company, I want to do this for the people.
For me, I keep saying to the team, look, those with us now are kind of at the cusp of what we're about to do, which is accelerate massively from a team of 25 to 30 to a team of almost 150 over the next 3 years. So these memories we're sharing now, it's going to be stuff that you'll be able to explain to, to so many new team members who join us, and you'll be reflecting on forever.
The idea today was to give you guys a different perspective. I hope we achieved that. Did you guys enjoy the ride? Yeah. Good stuff, despite the early morning. It was an amazing experience to have that with you guys in there. So I just wanted to say, from my perspective, this has been amazing, and it's all down to you guys. So thank you guys so much.
The last day, basically separate to the annual, but we stuck it onto the annual as a day 4 because I wanted to do some sort of martial arts with the instructors. We had all the guys come together at the beach. We have this great sort of hidden location where we did some filming in a stunning beach. But it was another early morning, right? So these guys have just been, flat out working, teaching 5 classes a day. What I loved about that was they were ready, they were prepared, they were on time, they were early, they were ready to roll. And that's the reality of being, part of the Warrior family. You're ready to roll, even if it's difficult.
We really enjoyed getting in the water, having a bit of fun whilst we were doing it, and I think that's the important thing, right, is that it needs to be fun. If it was just, non-stop press-ups and all of those kind of things, then it takes something away from what we were doing.
Desert morning training, pretty cool. Never done martial arts in the water before. They're commonly not two that go together, but Seb will always find a way. Yeah, hopefully a few of our students will be able to see it, be able to take a bit of inspiration from it, and I know a lot of the younger ones look up to us, so I think they'll see some of that footage and want to be like us when they're a little bit bigger and a little bit better.
This is why I'm here. you know, I've got a passion for martial arts, and to do it every day, it's just, you know, it's a good feeling.
I've always wanted to be an instructor. When this chance came, I thought, well, it's not going to come around twice, so I grabbed it. To be honest, I don't really see it as a job, so I'm just doing what I enjoy doing.
As I look back and reflect over the last 4 days, and I think a lot of the team will, it's not something that you can kind of process immediately. It's one of those things that will take some time. You know, what we all went through together was massive.
It has brought us all closer together as a team, and I feel that it's aligned everybody on our goals. And I think that going forwards, you know, we're now going to be more successful, you know, as an organisation, because, you know, communication, I feel, is going to improve from here on in, you know, across our, you know, all of our sites. We now all have a better understanding of who everybody is and what we do. And I think Pitchfest was a massive part of that. It's going to help us towards achieving these goals over the next 3 years.
Mixed emotions. The adrenaline is there, getting to know the other staff from UK. It was amazing and fun activities, and yeah, it's a first time. Everything it was first time, and great team effort too.
Only in Warrior Academy I experienced this kind of activity, which allows me to explore something different, to have an activity that is beyond my own experience.
All of those values have been met, but I think also the difference is a lot of people have achieved things they didn't know they could achieve. So people have grown as a result of it.
You get a lot more than just a martial arts club. You get an extended part of your family.
Warrior Academy is not just a place for you to work. It's a place for you to feel you are supported, you're with a team, and you're with a family.
There's not an accident that you've got people like that in the Warrior Academy. The reason that there's people like that in the Warrior Academy, because it comes from the top. So when you look at how a company is formed and you go, wow, they're really amazing. Well, there's a reason why they're amazing, because the person who has put them in place or has trained them, selected them, you know, you go, so you're building a team, yeah, so that person down there is just as important, but the reason that they're so good is because they're leading by example.
I think it's incredible, like what we do, and that we inspire people, we build them up and show them that they can achieve anything.
So to be able to give that experience that I had to all of the students here and to help them through their journey as, you know, growing up as successful adults is something that I thrive to achieve for them.
Be prepared that it can be tough. If you love martial arts, then obviously I think the Warrior Academy is a great job to have.
If you want to make some difference in your life, if you want to have a major impact in someone else's life, then this is absolutely the place for you to do it. Now, that doesn't mean it's easy. Everybody here works super hard. But everybody here works super hard for each other and towards the common goal.
What makes us so special at the Warrior Academy is that there's this feeling like we're up to something. You know, when you meet us, it's not just that's a martial arts organisation. They just teach martial arts. You know, it's way beyond that. And I think there's this feeling of connectivity. There's this feeling of family. And that's why we call us the Warrior Family. And I don't think any of that would have been achievable without the whole team being so open and honest and involved in every aspect of those 4 days where, you know, we took everyone through it all. Team first, take risks, think big.